Good morning. I am on my way to the Friday morning, our program here in Atlanta, and I was just listening to a podcast by Yoga Girl, and I felt inspired to pop in here and share a little bit about something that she mentioned that really struck a chord. She was talking about the fact that she recently started a foundation called Yoga Girl Foundation, and she was talking about essentially, hey Cindy, she was talking about do what jazzes you. So do something that makes you happy for your own. She was talking about mental health, and she was talking about what she believes are the one of the best ways to emerge from, anything that you may be feeling that's not making you happy. And she said something that just to me made so much sense because, as I'm sure all of you know, I started a nonprofit organization now almost 11 years ago that helps impoverished children, serves impoverished children around the world. And I've been said or heard saying more than once, if that's where the money is coming from, I don't want it. Or if that's where the donation is coming from, if it's coming from that place in someone's heart, if it's out of greed or if it's out of essentially there's some donations that I personally do not want. I'd rather not have them. I'd rather not have the energy that's attached to that donation in my organization that's then going to trickle down to the children. And some people don't understand it because some people say, but how you need money. You guys, look at these trees. They're so beautiful. I don't know if you can really see them. I'll do this way. This is Atlanta. Sorry. So, and some people don't understand it because some people say, obviously, to run a nonprofit organization, you need money and you need lots of money. You need consistent money. So why would you ever say no to a donation? I firmly believe, my belief system is that everything carries energy. And if that donation is not coming from a place of love, acceptance, just sheer, and like a place of altruism, I just don't want it because I believe that energy is going to trickle down essentially to the children that we serve. So what Yoga Girl said, and her name is Rachel Brothen. I highly recommend you all look her up, even if you're not into yoga. She is a philanthropist, entrepreneur, yogi, activist, all the good stuff. She said, give what you got, give of your time, and if you don't have time, give money, and don't give until, oh my God, now I forgot how it goes. Don't give to empty out, give to fill up. So all that to say that don't give, and when you're giving, when you're writing that check, when you're making that donation online, don't have the intention of, oh God, I really don't have this to give. I'm really worried about what's going to happen if I give this donation. I'm really worried about anything. If there's any worry attached to that donation, don't give it. Give it to fill up. Give it because it feels good. Give it because I want to do something in the community, but I don't have the time right now to invest, or I don't, I rather give money than volunteer. That's totally valid. People have big lives, and, organizations are not expecting everyone to donate or volunteer or do everything. So do what you can, but do it because it fills you up. Never ever volunteer or donate out of a sense of lack, out of a sense of I need to do this because my pastor at church told me to do it, or There's a lot of traffic in Atlanta today, sorry. Or I'm doing this just because I know it's the right thing to do and my mom said to do it. No. I mean, again, I'm speaking personally for myself, and I'm also speaking based off of what I just heard Yoga Girl Rachel say. Like, give because you want to give. Give because of it fills you up. It feels good to give to someone else. That's why you should give. And along those lines, don't wait to give till you have all of this money in the world, because again, that's not what it's about. It's not about one person making a difference. It's not about me that I started this organization, now taking it on my back and somehow figuring out how to make it happen. Obviously, that's not going to work. I'm going to need help from people. So give what you have. If that's an hour a month, if that's an hour a quarter, if that's $5 a month, if that's $500 a month, if that's $5,000 a month, give what you have. If you don't have time to do that, be an advocate for something that you believe in, but do something. And that was a big part of what she was saying too, is do something. Don't ever become immobilized because you feel like you always have something to give, even if that's asking others to give. You can be the biggest advocate for major change in the world, and all it takes is you doing something. And you doing something because it's filling you up. Hey, Michaela. That's Michaela. She's getting... I made it to the homeless shelter. She's in her car. So... Thank you all so much for watching. That's really quickly what I had to say. And Cindy said, or comparison. I'm not sure what you were referring to. Are you saying to give, not to give because you're comparing yourself to other people? And she said, and when advocating, have compassion on those who are not ready to give yet. Yeah, that's a big thing too. Is you're giving, again, you're giving to fill up. And if you're giving to fill up, you're giving because you're thinking of the whole. You're thinking of everyone. You're not just thinking of you. I'm giving this gift. I want to make a difference. You're thinking and you're thanking. You're having gratitude that you have that to give. You're having gratitude that you even have the heart to acknowledge those that are not ready to give yet. And again, by giving, me and Yoga Girl do not mean only money. We mean money, we mean time, we mean effort, we mean... Oh, and another thing she said is, don't just like a Facebook post or share a Facebook post. There's a term for that, and it's called slacktivism, like the opposite of activism. Like people thinking that they're making a difference because they're sharing a post. If you share a post, what would be really, really helpful is if you shared a post and then you said why you're sharing that post. Coming from the CEO of a nonprofit organization, I do want you to know that it's extremely helpful when you do share post anywhere. Hey Steven, when you do share a post anywhere, that you share it and you explain why you're sharing it. Like, I'm sharing this post from Drawchange today because I'm deeply affected by their mission, because ... I've seen them in action. I've worked with the children and them, or it holds a space in my heart because or else you're just sharing and no one's gonna read it. Let's be honest. How many Facebook, Instagram, anything do you read that your friends share that don't say anything? Like, it's few and far in between. So again, that's a marketing in marketing language, that's called slacktivism. So I just ask that if you do share any of our stuff, thank you so much for sharing it, and please do share or do write why you're sharing it. And again, get involved in something. I didn't get on here to tell you all to get involved in Drawchange. I got on here because I was really touched by something that someone else shared, and that is to give until you fill up. Don't give until you empty out, because the energy behind that donation is going to be that of emptying out. If anyone else is watching and you have anything to add to that, I would love to share your thoughts. Hey, Mary Carol. Um, it's a tough, it's a tough concept to share, because I don't want anyone to ever feel that I'm unappreciative of their gifts. But I do want them to know that if that gift is not coming from a place of filling up or a place of love, that I don't want it hurting the children that are going to receive the benefits of that gift. So again, it's a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough concept to explain from someone that's in my position. But if I was really inspired by the fact that, yay, Mary Claire said so true, or Mary Carol, sorry. Hey Helen, joining us from Ethiopia. So great to have you here. So if the gift is not coming, the gift of love, the gift of a hug, the gift of anything is not coming from a place that's filling you up. Like for those of you all that work with us personally with the children, if you're hugging a child, hug them because it's filling you up. Don't ever hug them because you're feeling sorry for them. Like that's a real big thing that I advocate for. Thank you, Cindy, for my volunteers, is to always look at the children that we work with for what they could be. Don't ever look at them for, oh, I feel bad that, they're poor or homeless or whatever it is. Like, it's not about that at all. That's not how drawchange views our children that we work with. Drawchange views the children as what they can be, as what they are, and they're always happy children. They're not, children running around with snot coming out of their nose and sad that they're in this situation. They're happy children. I miss you too, Helen. Hopefully we'll see you soon. So Cindy said pity is not compassion, and that's a really good way to say it. Like, having pity for someone in any form is not a compassionate act. So again, it goes back to what I was originally sharing. Give to fill up, don't give until you're empty, give until you're full. So thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Mary Carol. Miss seeing you around. And if anyone has any final thoughts, I'll share them, because I don't know if everyone else is seeing your thoughts. We are at our Friday morning program here in Atlanta, and it is a school that is dedicated to children that have experienced or are experiencing homelessness. So it's the only school in the United States that exists like this, which is amazing. And the school started last year with a pre-K class, and this year they have a pre-K class and a kindergarten class, and they are going to continue up until 8th grade, and we are with them every Friday morning with their kindergarten class, and we're going to continue with those the idea is to continue with those kindergarten class to when they continue to first grade, and so on and so on. We were here on a pilot program that I saw Nathan joined. I don't know if he's still with us, but we were here on a pilot program for 3 months because the school reached out to us and said, hey, we would love to have drawchange here. And I said, I'm sorry, I am personally tapped out, but I reached out to the drawchange family and said, hey, this school needs us. Are you willing to step up? And 5 amazing volunteers stepped up to the plate and said we would run this program. So we tried that for 3 months to see how it would go, and it is going really well. And our 3-month trial is actually over today. Oh my goodness, how serendipitous. Our 3-month trial is over today. And I reached out to the school to ask them if they would like us to continue, and they said a resounding yes with a bunch of exclamation marks. So that was exciting, that they love having us and they would love to see us continue. So then I reached out to those 5 volunteer program leads, and they all said yes. And they all said that they would match their commitment that they've committed to the school, if not added more. So that's amazing. An amazing success for drawchange. Cindy said, being the example by letting them know your cup was too full. Being the example by letting them know your cup was too full. Yes. Yeah. thank you all so much for joining this morning, and happy Friday. And if Cindy said that's where the community steps in. Yay for sustainability. Exactly. So we could not do what we do without all the community's help. So we are extremely fortunate as what I call hashtag drawchange family, that they all step in and help so much. And I am here, like I mentioned already, at the homeless shelter. Angel and Michaela are here. Angel is my intern, and Michaela is one of the volunteer program leads. So I'm gonna get out of the car. And Mr. DL is here too.
What's up, Miss Name?
Hello.
You're on Facebook Live.
Hi, Facebook Live.
Yes, Name's down.
This is Jessica. She's volunteering today.
Hey. Who's this?
This is Angel. You're on Facebook Live.
Oh, hi.
And this is Mr. DL. So, Mr. DL, why are you here this morning?
I love being with the children.
What was that? You got it. Go ahead.
I said I love being with the children
Why?
because they make me feel young and I enjoy making a difference in their life.
So, Cindy said, DL, I miss you. That's what she said.
Oh.
You're on Facebook Live.
Oh, all right.
He's a little confused, not sure what's going on. That's Lauren. Hi. Lauren is another one of the volunteer program leads. So this was totally unplanned, as I mentioned. So you guys, I got on Facebook Live because I was listening to a podcast this morning from another philanthropist, and she was saying to give to fill up your cup, don't give until your cup is empty.
Yeah.
So I was very inspired by that, and it's the fact that all donations are not necessarily, like, I don't physically want a donation if it's coming from a place of lack. If it's coming from a place like, oh God, this donation might,
Obligation.
from an obligation point. So I talked about that for quite some time, and that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything to add? You don't have to, but
You can't pour what you don't have. You can't pour what you don't have. You gotta fill up your cup.
yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, that's Camellia. Camellia, you're on Facebook Live. Say hi.
Hi everyone, good morning.
So Camellia is one of the other volunteer program leads. So thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to turn around so you can see the beautiful trees behind me. Actually, you can't really see them, but thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to tell Steven that you said hi to Michaela and Mr. DL, and I'll be sure to share all your well wishes to everyone, and I'll see you guys soon. If I don't get back on here before Thanksgiving, which may or may not happen, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Bye.